One of the political issues of the day which affects religion is the government's desire for a bill against incitement to religious hatred. What's your view on that?
Well, in principle, I regard religious hatred as unacceptable as racial hatred. The problem is to devise a bill which actually also safeguards free speech. And so in the House of Lords I was arguing that there ought to be a small all-party group working with the government to try to get in some amendments which make it quite clear that religious controversy couldn't be brought under this bill. And at the moment I think it remains to be seen as to whether the government is at all willing to do that. I mean, I think there's no doubt the bill as we have it at the present moment is unacceptable. I would be prepared to support a bill if it had enough safeguards in it, and I think we have to wait and see whether there are going to be any safeguards.
Right, thank you. Do we need any more on that?
I think that's
No,
fine.
fine.
Sense of revival, I do think that's
Yeah,
very
yes, on about faith schools, yes.
schools and
Why?
Okay.
Is Britain becoming more religious?
Yeah.
Slightly more extremely religious,
Yeah.
I think, is what I'm interested to know. And it's
Yes,
partly what's rocking
yeah.
the Anglican Church.
Yeah.
Would you like to just start straight away on that then, or rather than... Okay.
I mean, you could just ask, you
Yeah.
know, why all this
Yes.
emphasis on faith schools,
Yes.
or is religion?
Yes, yeah.
This,
Is there just at the moment a particular push towards faith schools, more than we've had in the past?
I think undoubtedly there is, and I think there are two reasons for this. One is the more superficial one, and that is the government is supportive of faith-based schools. But the deeper reason is, I think, that there is a great malaise in our educational system, and a lot of parents are very worried about what goes on in schools. I mean, the kind of horror stories that you hear about in schools, many parents feel that their children don't get any kind of proper moral or religious education in schools. And I think that's pretty widespread, that kind of feeling. And I anticipate it growing. And together with that, I mean, there is a great growth in evangelical type churches. And I don't mean that they're all fundamentalists, and they vary a lot. I mean, there's been a growth in the black Pentecostalist churches, black-led churches, for example. But there's no doubt about it that in addition to the great growth in spirituality, which is the main phenomenon in Europe, as we know, most people in Europe regard themselves as spiritual rather than religious. But in addition to that, the evangelical churches are undoubtedly strong and flourishing, and certainly much stronger than when I was first ordained 40 years ago.
Would you support religious schools which give that sense of moral purpose and things, but which are not tied to one denomination or sect, and perhaps taught comparative religion?
Well, I've actually been part of a small trustee body led by a lovely rabbi, which has been trying to set up a genuine faith-based faith school where Jews, Muslims and Christians would learn about their own religion in a serious way, but would learn it within a school where there were also members...
Let me correct you for just one moment, Bishop.
Yes.
Children of Jews,
Oh, right.
Muslims and Christians would learn.
Right.
Sorry,
Yes.
I was just
Right.
rising to that.
Right. Well, anyway, in this little charity, which I'm a kind of found a member of it, we are trying to set up a school for the children of Jews, Muslims and Christians, so they could all be learning together in the same school. But the difference between that and an ordinary state school is that religion would be taken very seriously. For instance, Jews would learn, or the Jewish children would learn Hebrew, and the Muslim children would learn Arabic. Whether that gets off the ground or not, I don't know. But I think there's something even more fundamental, and that is the curriculum. I'm basically supportive of faith-based schools, but I do think the curriculum needs to be very, very carefully watched by the Department of Education and Science, and not only what is taught, but how it's taught. Because I do think that what goes on in schools should be genuinely educational and not simply propaganda.
Yes.
And if one has a worry about certain new types of school, you worry about that they might in the end be simply agents and instruments of propaganda rather than genuine education.
My prediction is, I wish you luck with your trust, but you won't get much support from most of the...
Well, we're getting a lot of interest anyway.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of interest.
Good.
And then
very last thing, and it really is this that Sam Harris line. I'd just like to know what your response to that is. That moderates, in a way, we came at it with creationism, but I'd like to come at it with morals and that sense.
Yes.
That moderates betray faith and reasoning.
It has been it has been suggested that fundamentalists betray. No, I'll start the other way around. It's been suggested that religious moderates betray.
Sorry,
They saw us and just deliberately did that.
Original sin. Let that one go by as well.
It's been suggested that religious moderates betray both faith and reason, whereas religious fundamentalists betray only reason.
I think that moderates need to be passionate both about their religious beliefs and about rationality. And it's possible to be a passionate moderate. It's much more difficult because, of course, as we know, the press tends to think in terms of sound bites and of headlines. It's very, very difficult to get across any kind of rational case, or let alone a nuanced case, in the kind of society in which we live. But I think we need to go on working at it.
Thank you very much.